please rise for Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. Could we have roll call, please?
Trustee Stauff. Here. Trustee Rhodey. Here. Trustee Belt. Here. Trustee Pater. Here. Trustee Kreiser. Trustee Grabowski.
Here.
And President Knudsen.
Here. Item 2 was to be a public hearing on the presentation of the 2025 village audit results by Baker Tilly. We will be moving that to a later meeting due to the size of the information, and I felt everybody needed more time to really digest everything that came from the audit. So the next item would be approval of the regular village board meeting, June 2nd, 2026. I hope everyone's had a chance to look them over. Are there any questions, comments, or corrections as presented? If not, could I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve minutes from June 2nd, 2026 as presented.
Second, Rhodey.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Abstain.
Okay, we have one abstention. Minutes are still hereby adopted. We have no citizens this evening, so we will move right on to 5, which we have none. No ordinances. Number 6, resolutions, we have none. Number 7, old business, we have none. So we're gonna go right into all the new business we have. Review, discussion, and possible action on proposal license approval for Brewfinity Brewing to provide alcohol sales at the Concrete Pavilion area of Lakefront Park on July 4th and August 15th in conjunction with events celebrating the 150th anniversary of the village. I hope everyone's had a chance to go through that. Are there any questions or comments as it relates to that particular item? If there are none, would somebody like to make a... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
When Trustee Grabowski and I met with the businesses, we discussed the opportunity, if the village board approved the Adora, that the opportunity that it would open up to them, and they should try to take advantage of that opportunity. Brewfinity has taken that opportunity and is going to be doing a special event tying in with the ski club on July 4th, and then with the Antique Boat Show on August 15th. It's a great idea. I'm happy they're taking advantage of it. And again, I hope the other businesses along the lakefront also take advantage of it.
Okay, are there any questions again and comments? Again, would someone like to make a motion?
Geez, I don't have the agenda item. Make a motion to approve as presented.
Second, Pater.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is hereby carried. Review, discussion, and possible action on recommended proposal for well number 3, including exterior repaint with containment, wet interior repaint, and miscellaneous repairs at 1004 Hickory Street. Again, I hope everyone's read through these. Are there any questions, comments as it relates to this particular item on this evening? If not, then again, I will look for a possible motion.
Real quick, is this the same company that did the one last year? Yeah. And we were. Okay. But they came with references? Okay. Okay.
Performance of the work or performance of the bid?
We had another water tower that they were painting. Listed in here, they were going past the completion date. They left debris in the water tower, and then the community had to re-drain the water tower and then remove that debris. And they also had some issues with the project manager on a previous.
That's why I was making sure that you're okay with this one.
So Dixon, who helps us with the inspections, said that she'll probably have to incur, she just threw out a number, possibly $10,000 more of inspections. Keep an eye on this company. But she still feels that it's worth going with this bid.
Since you got late ones, is this ever something where we like start the bidding process over?
We haven't ever done that.
No.
My hunch is that this one would be the lowest anyways, in either case, because they were the lowest 2 years ago.
The lowest to start.
Yeah, and it's
Not
usually
not
never,
necessarily what the final.
it's not
would
usually
be.
a good idea to rebid projects because everyone can see everyone's numbers already. And so contractors, that irritates them if you do that. They feel like they wasted their time.
All right, I'll make a motion to, I only have one copy, that keeps going through. Make a motion to approve the proposal for well number 3 with repaint.
Second, Peter.
Here we have a motion and a second. Further discussion?
I guess just to clarify, are you approving what Dave recommended in the packet, which is the base bid?
I'm sorry, the awarding, let's see.
He's got a base bid, an alternative, and a contingency.
Yes, yep.
I just want to make sure that's all in caps.
Okay, I'll make a motion, I'm just figuring out the verbiage. I'll make a motion to approve the awarding the bid to E&L Painting with approval of the alternate bid for a combined total of $176,300 plus 10% contingency.
Second, Peter.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is hereby carried. Review, discussion, and possible action on a proposed agreement with Municipal Well and Pump to rehab well number 2. Are there any questions or comments as it relates to this particular item?
I guess I have a comment, and I advised staff of this today. In looking at the packet this morning and looking at this proposed project, my thought and recommendation is this is something that would qualify for public bidding, that would need to be bid, given its repair, or given the scope of the repair and the cost here. I understand the emergency situation that this needs to get done, but it's my understanding that this did not go out to bid, and I think it should. So I've shared that recommendation with staff, so I would not recommend moving forward with this tonight, and either this gets bid out or we take the necessary steps to declare an emergency with this project and possibly go with an exception to bidding.
Would someone like to make a motion to defer this?
Is it an emergency? Yeah.
Much or a little more than I know, but the well was shut down. So we do have enough water supply.
But what I'm saying is, do we have any redundancy if we were to lose like another pump in
Yes.
the meantime?
If we lost another well in town, then there would be a problem.
Are we not following an ordinance if we don't go out to bid?
So it's state statute that public construction with certain exceptions has to be publicly bid. And a repair of this scope, to me, qualifies where we would have to bid it out or declare an emergency through the Public Works and Safety Committee by resolution, say this is something that needs to get done, we need an exception to the public bidding law. Those would be the options here. But right now, sitting here, we just have a proposal that has not been bid out.
How long would it take for the emergency resolution?
Probably have to have a special meeting with the Public Works, correct?
Right,
I don't know when their next regular meeting is.
Another 2 months?
I think August is the next one.
Can you dumb it down for me? What's wrong with it?
Yeah, so there's a pipe that brings the water, so this well is approximately 1,000 feet deep, and there's a pipe that brings that water back up to the surface, and there's a hole in that pipe, and so it's not making it all the way to the surface, so we're not pumping as much water as we normally want to pump. Well, normally it pumps like 450 gallons a minute, I think it's down to like 350. So and so the pump is off. They do turn it on twice a week or twice a week just to take water samples because we're required to do that for the DNR and send them in. But we don't want to leave it pumping because we don't want to lose the pipe. This is advice that municipal gave to us. So municipal well already has gone out and scoped this pipe and said that we should turn it off right away. We don't want to drop, I'm just making up a number, 500-foot long pipe down into the bottom, and then they have to try to fish it out. So,
What's the process for doing an emergency if needed?
The statute just provides that Public Works and Safety adopts a resolution declaring an emergency and a necessity for this to occur in short order without going through the bidding process. Now you have to, establish certain facts in the recitals of the resolution, but I don't think that there's any doubt that this is something that would qualify as an emergency.
question, if Public Works and Safety has their emergency meeting and approves the purchase of this group to do it, they've done work for us before, and the board at this time approve this subject to what transpires at the Public Works and Safety meeting.
The issue I would have with that is doing that at this meeting presupposes the existence of an emergency.
Okay.
The statute defines that the process has to go first through Public Works and Safety. So I don't think you can.
We would have to have a Public Works special next week to be able to get it on the agenda for the first meeting of July.
But also on this agenda is to not have that first meeting in July.
Perfect.
Could we have a special meeting in the village board after their meeting?
Well,
Good.
I mean, we can't pass anything right now contingent. Even say, even ignoring, not stating the emergency standpoint of it, but just saying basically approving this pending approval of.
I wouldn't recommend doing that because the statute says the emergency is not created but declared by Public Works and Safety.
Right.
So this board can't presuppose the existence of an emergency. And when I say emergency, I mean the statutory. This needs to be done emergency.
Well, I'm saying, yeah, what I was saying is, we're not passing it based on an emergency, we're passing it on, hey, this board is passing it on, this work needs to get done, yeah, I agree, and then Public Works is basically saying, we're passing it as long as Public Works says it's okay, and then Public Works is like, hey, this is an emergency, you need to get that out right now.
Yeah, the problem is if you approve it and for some reason you get, to play devil's advocate, Public Works and Safety doesn't find it, and then you approve something in violation.
Oh, I was just saying, still contingent, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't see it go down that.
Can we recommend it to be a emergency?
I don't think they would.
It's gotta come from public.
It's gotta come from
Works.
Public Works and Safety, yeah.
have you come across like other in the recent, like in the last 2 or 3 months, situations that are kind of like pushing you to this, because we have approved other projects, like crack filling.
Yeah, what's the threshold for?
We did our televising, that was like a $30,000 project.
Well, there's a distinction to be made between maintenance and repair. Here you're talking, I mean, it says rehab and repair. Maintenance, crack filling, televising, cleaning, that's maintenance. That's not public construction. Public construction, as it's defined in the bidding law, includes repair. There's no doubt in my mind that this is.
Like a reflecting pool.
The bidding process would take us how long?
Seems like the standard is more strict for an emergency than.
I mean, we're easily a month or so out just to get it on meeting agendas, though, regardless.
We have to answer what you were asking. We have to remove like 400 feet of pipe and then attach a new 400-foot pipe on.
I think Bob was asking how long the bidding
Yeah.
process is.
Yeah, we had that, I mean, if that was our only, are we talking 2 months?
Like a 30-day or? All right.
This is a contractor that we trust. Previous staff have trusted this one. This contractor.
Attorney Gerlinski, rather than us throwing out layperson ideas that are not feasible, can I ask for your counsel on how, if there is a path to get this, a solution to get this approved now, that would be satisfactory legally?
There's not. I mean, it's either, in my recommendation is you have to follow the bidding statute. So it either has to be bid or an emergency has to be declared. Nothing the board, in my mind, can do tonight. Now, that's just my recommendation. That's just advice that I'm giving to the board.
And we don't want to get in trouble with anybody. So if the Public Works and Safety
If I could
declares an
interrupt, President
emergency-
Knudsen, if the village does have a meeting on July 7th, that would give us time to schedule the Public Works Committee prior to that. And then both bodies could act that night. So we're looking at about a 3-week delay, because there's.
And then that
So wait,
starts the bidding after.
No, that would be the emergency one. But
That would be the emergency
You're
one.
saying we could approve it the meeting prior, or recommend for approval in an emergency situation, the meeting prior to having it at 5 o'clock, and then have this board meeting at 6?
Correct. So, right, so Public Works would meet at 5, declare the emergency, and then Village Board would meet at 6 and act on the proposal.
And then we
And
go
I'm
out to
choosing
bid.
July 7th as the next, would be the next regular board meeting. I mean, we do have a couple more Tuesdays in June yet, if the board is open to a special meeting.
Well, that's 3 weeks out, right? Because
Yeah.
we have 5 Tuesdays in June.
What's the ordinance for the length that for bidding? Is there a specific timeline, like a bid of this size and stature? You have to give a minimum of 2 to 3 weeks for bids to be submitted.
Usually you bid that for, you have open bids for 2 weeks.
So we're at the same time frame.
Right.
So but if we're gonna go to bid,
And it takes like a month to get the contracts put together,
Right.
which is different.
If you declare the emergency, because I think you're asking, I'm gonna answer this question for you. If you declare the emergency, it does not have to go to bid. Declaring the emergency gets you into.
okay.
You said it would be a really bad thing if we lost another well. Could you expand on that, if I'm allowed to ask that question?
Well, just for example, so we have to maintain a minimum pressure in the water main. For firefighting pressure and for just pressure in for fire hydrants and for residential use. We've had issues with other wells recently, like well 6, where we have a clogged filter. So luckily it's back up and running. So an example would be if another pump broke, a different well.
David, you usually set up the Public Work and Safety, right? Is there any way you could, like Matt does, send out an email to all the members and saying, hey, we need this done, what available dates do you have before July 7th?
Are you saying then to have a special village board meeting before the 7th also?
Right. Do both on a separate, just to come in and approve that one thing on both.
I mean, I hate to say it, in order, it's, I don't know what trustee Belt's schedule is, but it would require us and 2 members of the board and then 2 trustees, and you can knock it out back to back.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would say. I would call a
Right.
special meeting.
Yeah,
of
rather
both
than-
of
We don't need
Public
7
Works
people
and
sitting
village
here
board.
if we all are in agreement that it's an
next
emergency.
week and just get it over with. Not get it over with, but get it moving.
Mhm.
Here's
How
an
much
idea.
notice do we need for a public works meeting? If it's
Four.
an
24
emergency,
hours.
just
4 days?
24, right?
24 hours.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry.
we could do it,
I
we could still
misheard
do
the
a
question.
meeting this week
24
essentially,
Yeah,
almost.
you
Right.
could do it on Thursday if you wanted to.
No, I won't, I'm out the rest of this week, but Monday, we can knock it out.
Question.
It would only take 15, 20 minutes
Right,
total
if
between
not
both
even,
meetings.
yeah.
You mentioned we haven't put out a well project bid in 9 years. Okay. How? Okay. So how can we, oh boy, I might be throwing my neck on the line, but I'm used to that. How can we get municipal well and pump to reword this work agreement and contract to say it's maintenance? Let's do it.
That's, that's not gonna get you where you wanna go.
Why not? I mean, 9 years, what's different about this one? Why did this cause a red flag? That's what it seems like we're chasing the chicken around the coop a little too much.
Well, it's possible we should have gone out to bid for other projects.
Okay, so we've been skirting by for 9 years, and then this one, okay.
How do you feel about that, Matt?
You change
I don't
firms
wanna
and then
expand on
woo.
that topic too much. So,
Now you're doing
we
your
have a solution possibly?
So we would, yeah, we would need 2 Public Works members and 2 other, President Knutson or 2 other trustees, and can take care of it in one
Do
sitting.
you think you could get it done by Monday?
Yeah,
Okay, let's see if we
I
can
mean-
do.
If Jim and I are both available, we had half of what we need, right?
Yeah,
I can't do Tuesday, but I can do, because I have that LPSD on Tuesday, but
I can't even.
Monday I can do. I believe
The
maybe I shouldn't talk
22nd?
so soon.
I could be
Make assumptions
available.
on the Canada relative, shouldn't we?
Okay, let's do that then, if everybody, if we can get enough people, if we can get 4 people on both boards for Monday night, that would work perfect. And we'll just do a meeting at 5, and we'll do it 5:30 for the village board,
Can
or,
we just do it immediately following, and you
Yeah.
guys just
Yeah.
all show up
yeah,
at 5 too?
immediately following.
And then
yeah.
You
we
can do
be
it
done.
5 and 5:01.
Yeah, okay.
Can we do it virtually?
That's what you do.
Huh?
wow,
No?
that's
Nice
tight.
comment. I was like, only if we.
Yeah.
Only if we could do virtual, you know?
I'll be there. I could be there for sure.
Real easy.
Wait a minute, did I hear Zoom?
How many do we need? 4?
4 for a quorum.
4.
You want to
Okay,
volunteer?
then that's taken
I
care
don't
of
know
right
that I
now.
can, we have
I
stuff
can do Monday, yeah.
sports every night.
Okay. The next item is the view discussion of possible action on the purchase of a Crack Pro mastic machine. I had talked to David in the DPW. I keep forgetting your name, I'm sorry. Yeah. And asked him about the machine that they've been using, and they rent that. And it's usually a rental for 5 straight days, correct? That you have to have it. And that means our crew for 5 straight days has to do nothing but that. So that screws everything up. Having this machine, not only can they do it when they have some break time, or they can actually put down days of the week and month and everything is when they're gonna do crack filling and fill cracks as they come up and get available. So I said, wouldn't it make more sense to have our own machine? And the money is coming out of the budget that would have been used to, as far as I know right now, correct? That we would have used to finish the tandem axle truck, but that's not gonna get done till next year. So when we start talking about next year's money and everything, where it's gonna go, we can put that money back in the budget. So it's not extra money that we're taking or having to come up with. It's already there in the budget, we're just kind of moving it around to do something. So, I don't know if that was a good explanation or not, but I'll ask, are there any questions or comments? If not, would someone like to make a motion?
I just real, I know you got, this went to bid. You're cool with the lowest cost option there?
Yes.
What does it cost you guys to rent it for 5 days?
Somewhat of a big job.
Mhm.
Things else that we want all our material out, so we don't get free material. This way we can hold a lot of this stuff, material.
And all this to help fill downtime more also? As an option if there's some downtime that people can go into it, or is there a lot of planning that goes into it?
This has really been, the one thing that I think we've been able to sort of get a handle on our poor roads. So just putting money in the budget for crack filling, we get such a minimal amount of area done. Last year was rather poor, what we did get. So I think I've got a team that is willing and has pride in trying to make some corrections on our streets, so I just thought this would be a good idea. The unit that I did select is 100 gallons more than the normal one that we rent. And we found that filling it up and getting it hot, we can really move along for a long amount of time. You're always trying to feed these bricks back in there, and then if they don't melt fast enough, you get a blob out.
And this is for both the preventative maintenance, small crack filling, as well as the brushing and large street, I don't want to say repair, but larger damaged areas?
Yeah, it's mainly for those alligatoring type of areas, these bad areas that, they're just crumbling. In the past, we've been doing like a cold patch in there, which ultimately, in the winter, the plows usually knock it out. This isn't beautiful looking, it's pretty busy. If any of you have seen it on Oakton and Kopmeyer, we went up down the center, but that center is horrible on Kopmeyer, so that's sealed up, and what we've seen this spring is it's looked as good as when we did it. So we're really surprised how well it worked. And I talked to other municipalities, like Shaw and County and the City of Pewaukee. So
And this you would take possession of relatively soon?
they were saying like around 60 days.
So we rent it right now from another municipality or from like
We rented from
machine rental?
Sealmaster, so we rented this last one. And then we also have rented them from Roman Industries. And even that, sometimes you gotta really plan ahead to get one because they're busy with those things too. And then a couple times last year, we got ones that didn't work too good. And you're kinda, guys are standing around waiting for it to melt.
And how many times, Jay, do we rent it a year?
We rented it 3 times last year. And I know in the scheme of things, it'll take forever to really ever pay it off.
But,
But your current operation grinds to a halt when you have to rent one because you have to use it for 5 days straight. So you don't
Right.
get a chance to do any other
Right.
W stuff.
And do you have to rent it for 5 days, or is that just what you guys choose to do?
It just it's, I don't think you have to, but it's like after 2 days, it's the same price as a full week. Like we've been we've been doing a lot of grinding on our sidewalks, and 2 days equals a full week. So we just stick it out and go through it, run it to the end.
So if we were like, here guys, here's $68,000, would this be what you would, your first choice for spending that money?
I think, yeah, I believe so. I don't see any other way that these roads are gonna get fixed any faster. You saw Arts Alley, Jim, that was, I know, and it looks busy in there now, but I mean, it was just crumbling.
Right.
I mean, now it's at least sealed up.
Yeah, I mean, there's, even the Orchard Alley is gonna need to get tackled, and you know, we're still on Wisconsin and Oak Lawn Court. Yeah, I mean, Park Ave is gonna need it, because that's, I mean, Park Ave's not on the schedule for another like 4 years or something. I mean, it's alligatoring bad, so I think it's, yes, while it's not pretty looking, it's effective, and that's what we need to strive for at this point, unfortunately.
I mean, we spent some time down on the lakefront too, and, you know, we're able to kind of smooth and feather some of the trippy areas on the crosswalks too, which real beneficial as well.
What about warranty and ongoing maintenance of this machine?
It's essentially just a couple simple oil burners on there. There's a jacket that runs the tank itself, and the main burner. These are one of our guys, Ricky, the guy, and this is, you know, your standard type heating units on there. So they're fairly simple. It's a simple diesel engine on there. It's smaller, so you don't have stuff on it.
And then warranty? Does it come with a warranty?
Taillight warranty.
Typically, it's probably just a year.
And then Trustee Kreiser asked, you know, would you spend your $68,000 on this? What I read in the analysis is that that money was allocated for outfitting the new truck. So are we gonna lose the outfitting of that new truck to get this instead?
Now we're budgeting for
The following year?
yeah.
Okay.
This was money that were set aside to say 24.
24 budget.
Ooh.
I'll make a motion to approve the purchase of the Crack Pro Mastic machine.
Second, Rhodey.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Further comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is hereby carried. Review, discussion, and possible action on funding requests for promotion and activities related to the 150th anniversary of the village. Bob, did you want to start this?
Yeah, as we had discussed before, we have received funding from the City Tourism Council totaling $77,000. The downside to it is that we've got to pay for everything first and then give receipts to the city in order to be refunded. Part of the money that we're asking for right now would be used to refund or to pay for things that would be paid for by the city. There are other things that are coming up that are expenses for the celebration. For instance, the light pole banners and fixtures, the signs that we're putting up on Capitol Drive in downtown, stage for the band, a golf cart to help with the Wounded Veterans event, and also transporting band equipment. We're closing down the road on the 4th all day, and we need to get the equipment in there. Promotion versus social media, part of the budget for that, shuttle buses. And then there is our commitment for fireworks is going to be $75,000 total overall. I am fairly confident that we're going to be collecting, this is actually Friends of the Park that does this effort. We've got major commitments from the Waukesha Gun Club, and I'm confident that we're going to be collecting all of the money needed for that. We will be utilizing the matching funds that I know are coming up as another agenda item after this. City also has matching funds, but I'm confident that, again, we will have the money to cover the fireworks. Drone shows being covered by, completely by the tourism fund, $40,000 out of that. But again, we've got to pay advance, and then it is reimbursed by the city's tourism council. Essentially, what we're asking for is the $26,680 in coverage. Things that are not included in here would be any ticket sales that we get from the October Pewaukee Honors Dinner, which is the final event that we're doing for the 150th. So there will be tickets sold for that. Again, will refund part of the money that's being committed. Any questions?
Yes.
Out of curiosity, are the shuttle buses free for people?
I'm sorry?
Are the shuttle buses free to
It's going to be
ride?
free, yeah.
And you said the honors dinner is in October? Is that what you said?
October 17th.
Okay, thank you.
Saturday, October 17th at WCTC. We'll have seating for 500 people.
Well, thanks for putting this all together. That's
Yeah.
a very heavy lift so far.
There are also events that are taking place as part of the 150th in August. There will be a police and fire historic day where there'll be a Saturday of August 8th. I believe it's August 8th.
Oh, fit for the boat show?
It's at the library.
Oh, right.
Yeah, in the library parking lot and in the conference room. That'll be taking place. There's also going to be a church history and historic home event taking place, and that's also going to be taking place off. There's not costs involved with those. It's mainly volunteer time from both the police and fire department and people involved with that.
Is there going to be like a, I don't know, like a calendar so we can like, you know?
Yeah, so
kind of organize
there's
it?
actually one out on the 150th website.
Okay.
Facebook page, excuse me.
Okay.
There's a calendar out there with that information. But the social media advertising, once it's approved by this, is ready to go.
Fantastic, thank you.
Will that be also on the village Facebook pages as well?
Yeah, we'll make sure it's out there. If it isn't out there already, Matt, I don't know if it's out there yet.
I don't think it is up there yet.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments?
Are we having to approve the spending these funds or just acknowledge them?
Approve, please.
Hold on one second, can I ask a quick question before I think you're about ready to make a motion? Yeah? Bob, can you just help me, it says some of the expenses will be reimbursed?
Yeah, some of the expenses will be reimbursed, yeah.
Does that clear it up for you?
You want to know which ones? I mean, you're looking at, you look at the tourism letter, which is at the last document.
Yeah.
Event advertising, so advertising is going to be paid for, but we have to pay in advance for that.
Right.
Okay? Fireworks, they're committing to $15,000. We have to pay that now.
Right.
Okay? When you're looking at the drone show, again, $40,000. We've already paid a $20,000 down payment. We have to do the other $20,000 yet. Then the music is going to be paid for through that's showing up there, so we'll be reimbursed for the music also.
So we're approving 26,800.
Correct, because I am confident that between again, you're looking at us having $75,000 paid for the fireworks. That's going to be, that most of it has come in already.
Okay,
Okay.
gotcha, okay, makes sense, thank you.
you want to make a motion?
I'm
I'll-
looking for one.
Make a motion to approve $26,680 for the 150th anniversary.
Second, Stouff.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is hereby adopted. Review, discussion, and possible action proposal for a consultant to perform a compensation and classification study on village staff. Matt?
Thank you, President Knudsen. One of the goals assigned to me by the village board this year was to complete a compensation and classification study for village staff. I sent out a request for proposals in early May to 6 firms, and 5 firms submitted proposals for them. They're all reputable firms, and to the best of my knowledge, if anybody in the state is performing one of these studies, it involves one of these 6 firms. So part of the RFP I issued included a scoring matrix, and you can see in the packet that McGrath Consulting Group finished with the highest score. I've included their proposal in the packet along with the firms that finished second and third, just for board information. The village had budgeted $50,000 for this study, and the McGrath proposal comes in well below at just under $20,000. And this study will include will be for all non-represented village staff, including folks at the library. So I would recommend that the village approve the McGrath proposal.
Is McGrath who we used for the administrator search?
No, you used Public Administration Associates for that.
McGrath sounds familiar. Have we used them in the past? Or?
Not since I've been here.
Any questions or comments? Would someone like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the use of McGrath for the compensation and classification study.
Second, Prater.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Quick question.
Yes, go ahead.
Is there any expected or potential travel costs related with this that would take us over and above the contract amount?
There could be. Certainly when they report out their findings to the board, they'll have a consultant here.
Or are we just, I think we're just approving the awarding of it, not the dollar amount, correct? Can we do it that way?
No, I think we're approving the complete proposal.
Yeah, the way Matt has it agendized and for action is for the proposal.
Are we allowed to, since it's not a fundamental difference, are we allowed to add in a contingency amount? Or not to exceed?
You can put it not.
You could add like a 10%, not to
That's
exceed.
like not much.
True.
We say like 25,000, does that seem?
That seems reasonable.
Too high, or is that good?
Up to the board.
Now they're probably watching this and they're like, oh great, we
Started with the base.
we got $5,000 of travel we could rack up now.
I don't, does anyone have any idea what their normal travel cost is?
I do not.
And it doesn't specifically say it in the proposal. It just says village presentation.
Okay, well,
mean, it
maybe
might
let's,
not.
should we just leave it as is?
Yeah.
With the proposed amount?
Do it change order if it comes back anything higher.
Or maybe they could do it over Zoom.
We have a motion and second, right?
Yes.
Right. I'm just waiting, there's discussion about what the motion was and asking if they wanted to add or subtract anything to it, so,
I'm gonna let my motion stand as is.
okay. And the second, the same?
I don't know.
I think I second it, yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye, sorry.
Opposed? Motion's hereby carried. The next one is Addendum G, alcohol beverage license for 2026 to 2027. Matt, can I just do the whole one?
Yeah, I would just ask if, so long as nobody on the board has one or more that they want to take up separately, otherwise they can all be handled at once.
Okay. What I'll do is I would like a motion to approve.
Okay.
Hold on.
If I can just add, we are waiting on a few things from some of them. It's just a couple questions here and there on their applications. Some of them do have some outstanding fees. So if that could just be included in the motion, that is all handled and covered prior to picking up their packet, that would be appreciated. And then just so the board is aware, we did have 2 late submissions. So Walmart and Taqueria Don Chava will be coming to a later meeting.
So you want approval subject to payment of outstanding fees and completion of their application?
Correct, yes.
Okay. Would
Mackenzie,
someone
doesn't-
like to make- Oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
If Taqueria Don Chava is late, doesn't that open it up to a competitive application process?
So they are able to get a provisional. So they both Walmart and Taqueria Don Chava will be getting provisionals, and that saves them.
Okay, would someone like to make that motion?
Make a motion to approve the alcohol beverage licenses for 26, 27 with, when, subject to all fees being paid and all applications being submitted completely for the clerk's interest.
Any other discussion?
Second, Grabowski.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion is hereby carried. Review, discussion, and possible action on a survey of Capitol Drive for additional parking. Matt, you want to take this, or should we? Yeah, go ahead.
I can start a presentation. Last fall, the board approved a survey to be performed on Capitol Drive, stretching from High Street down to where the street curves at Oakton, with the hopes of potentially installing some additional parking along the railroad. The survey identified, the results of the survey, as you can see in the report, identified a number of issues that would make the project more costly and complicated than anticipated. So I'm not requesting any action at this time, but I wanted the board to be aware of the results of the survey, and then ask also for the board to consider this when we have our upcoming strategic planning workshop. Unless there are any questions or comments that the board has for me.
Are there any questions or comments?
I guess the one comment I would like to make is keep in mind we've got a strategic planning meeting coming up in July where decisions we make at that meeting might have an effect on the importance or lack of importance that this item has in the future. So it's kind of, it's good to get the information, and thank you, Matt, for getting it to the board. But I think until those decisions are made at the strategic planning meeting, kind of like, can't make any decision on this anyways. So.
Would you prefer having this put on the table till after the meeting, strategic plan meeting, or what do you think?
At this time, I would just recommend that it's for the board's information.
Okay.
And when we have our strategic planning workshop, the board can discuss it and consider it as they deem appropriate.
Okay. Are there any questions or comments? If not, we'll just move right on to review and discussion and possible action on a 6-month update of Administrator 2026 goals. Bob, you and I were there, but I'm gonna let you take it.
Sure. 2 weeks ago, village president and I met with Matt to go over his goals. He updated us on his status. And as part of that discussion, there was no need for any changes to his objectives. And he is up to date and everything is going as planned. And we wanted to make sure that the village board knew that we followed through and everything is going as planned with his current objectives.
Are there any questions or comments? So, as far as action goes, do we need to take any action on it?
No action is necessary.
No, okay.
It's really just an update for the board.
Okay, if there's no questions or comments, yes, sir.
I don't know if this is poor timing. How's Mackenzie doing? 2 weeks in, right?
Doing good.
You're still here? Cool. Okay, all right.
All right, then, we'll move on to the next item, which is the review, discussion, and possible action to cancel July 7th, 2026 village board meeting and schedule a strategic plan workshop on July 21st. Matt, would you like to kind of go on this one a little bit?
Sure. Thank you, President Knudsen. Historically, the board has canceled the first meeting in July to kind of allow board members and staff the ability to be away for the holiday. In this particular case, the way the calendar falls, the holiday does happen before the board meeting, which is a little different. We've already kind of addressed the emergency well situation with a potential meeting on Monday. And the other outstanding issue is when we would have the presentation of the 2025 audit. So Baker Tilly could accommodate either date. If board members would like a week off or a cycle off, we can do that and resume business on the 21st. The other piece is we typically do schedule some sort of a strategic planning workshop prior to the village board meeting in July. So whether we hold the meeting on the 7th or not, I would also request or recommend a strategic planning workshop on July 21st at 5 p.m.
Any questions or comments from the board?
I just want to mention that with some of the work that Trustee Grabowski and I have been doing, and also the village administrator in preparation for the strategic planning session, I think it's going to be very, very important meeting.
Yeah, you won't want to miss this one. That's the teaser for everyone watching online. Tune in.
Do we normally do that in 1 hour? I can recall.
I think so. Because we've narrowed it down, because before we used to go through the full document, and now we've narrowed it down to just specific high priority points.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I would recommend, this is my thought, is that we do the 5 o'clock strategic plan with the Baker Tilly introduction to follow immediately after. That way we have enough time for everything versus waiting till 7 o'clock to have just in case we get done with the strategic plan sooner than anticipated.
You're talking about on the 21st?
On the 21st. Yeah. Is that okay with everyone?
Yeah, we just set for the meetings to immediately follow rather than setting a time, right?
Right.
Yep.
Okay, could I have an action?
Make a motion to cancel the July 7th village board meeting and schedule the strategic plan workshop for 5 p.m. on the 21st.
And you want to change the start time of the regular meeting?
Oh, you're right. As well as amending the start time of the regular village board meeting to immediately follow the strategic planning workshop.
Second, Rhodey.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is hereby carried. Review, discussion, and possible action for the village to provide matching funds of $7,500 for July 4th fireworks. We've been doing this now for many years, but Bob, do you want to do a little more on that one?
Yeah, and this was just a budgeted expense. And again, this is what has happened in the past is that the city has given us $10,000 in matching funds. Village has always decided to do a $7,500 in matching funds. And it's just, the bill will become due January 5th.
July.
We've already accumulated or collected enough contributions that we will hit the matching funds for both the city and the village.
For clarity's sake, what is the matching related to?
I'm sorry?
What is the matching? Why are you calling it matching funds?
When we started doing, I don't know if I've been doing this 10 years or not. I always wanted to make sure that we were getting contributions from businesses and the public before we spent taxpayers' money, okay? That's why we've always done the matching approach.
Got it.
Okay?
Any other questions or comments? If not, do I have a motion?
I have a question, one more,
Yeah.
just, if you get more than the 75,000, do you invest more into the fireworks?
So what we would do, it would be saved for next year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And is the 75 like the last money in type of a thing then, that would be saved?
Well, when we collect the 17.5 for the matching funds, we're spending that, okay? Over and above, let's say the $75,000 cost, anything over and above that, that would stay with the Friends of Pewaukee Parks in their fireworks fund,
Got it.
okay?
Okay.
For use next year.
I'll make a motion to approve the village matching funds of $7,500 for the July 4th fireworks.
Second, Vader.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hereby adopted. Review, discussion, and possible action on invoices and checks from May 2026. I will look for a motion to approve all invoices for May 2026 and checks except for the library fund.
Motion to approve the checks and invoices from May 2026, with the exception of the library fund.
Second, Vader.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, then I'd like a motion to acknowledge all checks and invoices for the library fund.
Motion to acknowledge the checks and invoices for the library fund.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Again, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? They are adopted. Review, discussion, and possible action on a proposed extension of the agreement with the Pewaukee School District regarding the school resource officer and community resource officer. Matt, you want to get into this a little bit?
Absolutely, thank you, President Knudsen. So the village provides the Pewaukee School District with a school resource officer and a community resource officer. And this is a critical service that the village provides the school district. They have two officers on campus when you have people in those buildings. And as a result, we have an agreement with the district that defines the terms of that service and how much they contribute toward it. And that agreement expires at the end of June of this year. So right now, staff are recommending it be extended for 5 years. The district already covers all of the personnel costs as part of the agreement, and they contribute to squad maintenance. And so staff are not recommending any changes to that, just the extension of the agreement. If the board is content with that, you can vote on it as it is presented in open session right now. If the board wishes to discuss some of the details of the terms, you can go into closed session for that discussion.
I'll ask the board, does anybody have any questions or comments as it relates to this particular item? Yes.
Can I just ask a basic question? So, well, two basic questions. The school district pays the resource officers and squad maintenance, correct?
They pay the village.
They pay the village.
Yeah.
And then the village provides the personnel, so their employees, okay.
Yep, they're part of the police department.
Wage
Yeah.
and benefits.
Yeah, and then they report to you, right, chief?
Yeah, the officers check in with us every day, and then they go directly to school.
Is there any,
And it's overlapping shifts.
do you have any issue with the current agreement as written?
No,
towards
everything,
extending?
I think everything is good. The squads that we provide them are not brand new squads by any means. I think the fact that they pay, as the contract states, we have no, we want to stay replacing squads. Driving them, from school, the relationship with schools. This was originally started in August of 2018. So, and then in 2023, they added one community service. They expanded per their request. And you could recognize some of the names. Julie Budenhagen has been on there since the start. She won awards for ITAC Investigative Year with the state. Both her and Larissa Hildenbrand won ITAC Case of the Year in 2024. They're really good officers. They're the ones that came up with the texting ordinance, these other ordinances. They're very proactive, and they've done a great job. Look at our Facebook page, we're looking at presentations on the internet and other things.
I have a question. 20 years ago when I was in high school, I remember they first started having an officer at our school, and he was fantastic, and we all like kind of developed relationships with him. Do your officers, do they stay there until like they're ready to move on, or how does that work?
They stay, again, the one officer's been there since 2018.
Okay.
So that's her permanent position.
That's her space, okay.
SRO the whole time. We had somebody else in there for a couple of years, and we replaced them with somebody else.
Okay.
It's not a permanent position. They recommend 4 years with your relationship with the students, but they're doing such a great job, and there's no request from the school to replace them. Everything's going good. And there's enough, when they go on vacations, we have other people fill in, and it lets every officer know the grounds of the school, meeting the staff. So the whole crew actually fills in when somebody's sick. They have sports, they have other things, sick days and so forth. So it's primary, but everybody's been through the school.
Thank you.
I love that, Chief. That's so great.
Agreed. Fantastic job.
Yeah,
Thank you so
thank you.
much.
Yeah.
You're good people.
I don't think we need to go into closed session.
I agree.
I'll make a motion to approve the contract extension as presented.
Second, Kreiser, thank you.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further comments? All in favor say aye.
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 Motion is hereby carried. Item 9, citizens' comments. We have nobody here except the spirits, and item 10 is adjournment.
One quick thing before we adjourn.
Yes.
Just to get it on record, I did just briefly review the MGT proposal. It does include a $750 travel balance for the presentation. So it's covered.
Perfect.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
You can have it.
All right, Grabowski.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are hereby adjourned. Thank you so much, everyone.